No poor people were harmed in the making of this video. Can I exterminate the poor in diplomacy is not an option? I'm not sure, but I'm certain I'm going to enjoy trying. Don't you hate it when these needy, greedy, and selfish people start to say horrible things like fair pay and free healthcare? But don't worry, I'll show you some great cleansing methods I've used to get rid of the infestation known as poor people, humanely. Diplomacy is not an option is a game where you are amazing and loved. But one day the impoverished get greedy and demand worker rights and eased taxes, which quite frankly I find offensive. They fail to understand that we were born simply better than them, and we are chosen by God to have all of this wealth. And even though our advisors say we have more than enough to share, you don't have to, because it's yours and yours alone. And when I say yours, I mean mine. You're just along for the ride. It's all mine. Mine. Now the insatiable vermin are revolting with the goal of overthrowing me in the name of equality. And we can't be having that now, can we? This game revolves around city management, as well as building armies and walls to defend against the needy. There are many ways to defend yourself against these rowdy protesters, some more humane than others. But first, you're going to need an economy strong enough to support these methods, starting with population. Population is going to be your workforce, of course. Now, because of the impoverished masses currently outside your doorstep with pitchforks, you're going to want to build houses to attract more pleasant folk to work for your economy. Building houses give you people, and people make food, gather resources, and train to be soldiers. You can make many different soldiers, such as the unarmored swordsman, which is a guy we grabbed off the street, gave a sword, and said that way towards the hungry masses to buy us some time. Alone, the swordsman is about useful as a toddler with a stick, but in numbers, they make a very good meat shield. But besides the swordsman, you can make more useful assets, like the archer. Now the thing is, a group of archers are good, but if you build a wall and put the same group of archers on a wall, they will rehome 10 times the amount of homeless people. Now, let's be honest, some guys with bows on a wall will not stop 10,000 poor people breaking everything and eating us alive like the savages they are. But this is where siege machines come in all of their glory. Just for a moment, imagine you are just some peasant serf revolting with your vermin friends. Then 10 300 kilogram boulders come hurling down, obliterating 50 of your friends, turning them into your next meal. That is the strength of the trebuchet, which I recommend building a few of. They're great for using World War artillery tactics such as the standing barrage. Now, a standing barrage was a fire stratagem used during the First World War. It's a defensive barrage, which was a static line with the aim of inhibiting enemy movement and attacks, while Allied infantry formed up behind, ready to assault. So I brought this strategy back in time to be utilized for my cleansing of the poor. It was very effective. I'm getting ahead of myself. To be able to support these advanced siege engines, I need gold, the most valuable resource which I refuse to share, and I don't have to. To make more gold, you can trade surplus resources to foreign kingdoms for more gold, using a zeppelin. I don't know the time period for the zeppelin is accurate, but I'm not complaining. I focus on farming acres of land, producing a great surplus of food to be sold off for that precious gold. My advisors argued that I should just give the surplus food to the desperate masses, but if I did that it would mean I would have less gold, and I refuse to share because it's all mine. And also more trebuchets. As my city grows, I realize that the poor greatly outnumber us, and their attacks grow greater in strength and numbers. In conclusion, we will die eventually. But I decided the greatest joy in life, besides not sharing any of my stuff, is to see how many of the poor bastards I can cleanse from this world before they get me, hopefully making the world a better place before I leave. And that is why they are peasants and we are royalty. The plan is simple. For my extermination, walls. The peasants' brains are about the size of a pea, because they seem to enjoy the strategy of smashing their heads into my walls until they die of arrows or starvation. This is a frequent occurrence with the poor because they could simply go around and attack all my juicy infrastructure. But they seem to prefer going here to grind their bodies on my walls until they are melted by hot oil. Speaking of hot oil, this game has a tech tree. And if you are a consistent watcher of this small, humble channel, you will know that I love a good tech tree. Here I can research buffs for my economy, trading, and defensive capability, such as this tech, called Bigger Rocks for my trebuchets. Bigger rocks mean more dead peasants. As the days go by, I've upgraded the keep quite a bit, along with everything else. So I'm fielding the best units and have built the strongest walls. Yet still, the tide of poverty is too numerous, and I start to fear the poor will not actually starve and do horrific things, such as learning how to write. Even more extreme methods must be used for the sake of this cleansing of the poor. So I built a tower, and this tower allows me to do some certain whimsical things. By simply eating the souls of the poor, I can use magic. Diplomacy was never an option. A front line of hunks with heavy armor, World War I artillery strategies, and magic helped us kill a healthy amount of the poor. But just like all good things, it has to come to an end. This game is fun, maybe a bit repetitive, but what game isn't? If you get bored of killing the poor, you can kill zombies, monsters, and even a royal army. But to be honest, it's more fun to kill the poor. Did I cleanse all the poor? No. But did I exterminate a lot of them? That I did. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Nothing like a phone, give me.